Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. We're going to be looking at doing a deep servicing of lubrication on the EE lock of a Fujica Single-8 Z800. Okay, so this is really in depth, so what we're going to do first is this cap right here, this cover. And the first thing we have to do is apply heat to it by a hair dryer. Okay, so let's get started on this. Okay, after you applied heat, next with a sewing needle, as you see here, you want to work your way up under this aluminum cap, okay, the end of my pencil eraser. So just take that and you want to slowly pull that up a bit, is what you want to do. And once you've got it worked, you can continue using it, or it's best to replace it with a guitar pick. Okay, so I'm going to wedge this in here. As you can see how the guitar pick slides in much more nicer. I'll properly put my needle away, because there's nothing worse than losing a sewing needle than finding it rudely later. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around here. And work this off. All right. Get right up under there and pull it off. Okay, just like that. And you can see all the glue it's been held on with through the decades. All right, so put that off to the side. And next, as you can see, what's holding this on is one big screw. Okay, so now I've got to loosen this screw right here, this flathead. I'm going to find out if it's going to give it to me or I've got to work for it. So that's pretty strong. Okay. It's going to make me work for it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to work at this a little bit and get back to you. Okay, I have made some success in moving this. It took me all of 10 minutes to get it working by just being patient with it. So here we go, you can see it turning here. I've got the EE lock pushed down. I'm going to remove it, and there we are. Off to the side with that. Okay, so next I'm going to take the EE lock and pull it straight up. The dial, that is. Turn it over. You can see the inside of it there. Alright. Alright, I'll put that there. So here we are. Next we have some screws. 1, 2, and 3 at the end of my pencil eraser. But also we have a 4th one here at the end of my pencil eraser. Okay? So the first 3, these are Phillips. Whoops. I have movement. Always a good thing. Movement on the second one. That's positive. Movement on the third. This is good news. Okay, I'm going to add my screw flathead up under here. Give me some help. There we go. Pull this away. I'll show you this underneath. Okay. There is the gear system. Okay. So what we want to do is this. I'll put this down just for a second. Now what you see down inside here, as much as we can. So there you are. Okay. All right. So it can be tricky getting this back in here, but anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. Right now, the dial. Locate that other screw. The flathead here at the end of my pencil eraser. A micro mini. And we need to remove that. Now this screw is tiny. I mean really tiny. So what you want to do is push this off from it. You don't want to drop it inside your camera. That's how tiny that thing is. Go around. Make sure you don't drop it in there, then you got serious problems. Okay. There's this part. I'm going to pull it straight up. There you are. And there you are. Okay. So we'll clean and lubricate everything. There's the gear system here again. But these two parts here, what we want to lubricate, clean and lubricate. All right. Okay, you will need a microfiber cloth, alcohol to clean, at least 87% for those of you who are not frequent with my channel. Anything below 87% is just water, essentially. It's too much water, rather. I use this. Okay. Alright, cleaning time. Type of old lubricant. trash, dust, dirt, fungus, insects. It's going to be on there. Get it all off. And remember, I would highly suggest you first send your camera to a technician to have it repaired and serviced. If you attempt to service your own camera, any mistakes you make upon your camera or upon your person are on you. Right, that one's done. Next piece. And one good thing is, here what I would suggest if you're doing this, if you notice the glue here, of how it is, take a good look at that. See the orientation of the glue, especially right up top here by my pencil eraser? You can notice how it's going to match when it goes back on. So if you want to follow some of that, you can. Or just remember how it came off. You marked everything like I was talking about. Alright? Okay. So I'm going to go this time with some rubbing alcohol again, which I generally don't do, but if you guys are doing it, you see what it's like. With glue like this that's on here, it's still tacky. This is why you need the strong alcohol here. It's got some of it coming off. But for those of you who frequent my channel, you know my preferred method, the diamond file. Just cuts to the chase instantly. Just like that. May end up scraping it a little bit. Don't press way too firm, but no big deal. It's not damaging anything. I'll give you a close-up on that. Oh well, that's pulling that off, that diamond file, so aim it downward, just like that. You scrape that stuff right off. It will allow you to apply the new glue. Okay, I'm going to finish this right here and we'll get back to you. Okay, you see it scratches it a little bit, but no big deal. Not too much. Gets the glow quick. No one's going to see that. It's not going to go straight through it or anything like that. You scratch it right on the side. Gets the glue off really quick. You can use the alcohol method, or you can use with a diamond file and pulling it right off. The choice is yours. What you do to camera, your camera is your business. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clean this gear. Rubbing alcohol, the microfiber cloth. Any type of trash throughout the decades. Also use some metal cleaner if you like. You have to clean all that off. And that'll have to be done in between the gears with a pipe cleaner. Okay. Next we're going to just reassemble this. So, and just before we reassemble it, of course put the lubrication on, but those who do not frequent my channel, you're wondering what type of lubrication we need. It's a special type, and it's for plastics. So you're going to need white lithium grease number 2, and it is designed for use in rolling and sliding parts of precision machine tool, textile machinery, universal grinding, plastic gears, and moving parts and toys. So you only want to use this because if you don't want to use anything again like WD-40, any other type of lubricant, because what will happen is, again, if you don't frequent my channel, then any other type of lubricant will soften the gears, make them crack, all that type of stuff, and you got serious problems. And I'm going to pop open this can. I'm going to get started on that. You do want to wear latex gloves. You don't want to inhale this stuff. It's nasty stuff. It's dangerous to the skin, dangerous to the bloodstream. Okay. So turn this over. Get in between here. All right. And before I do that, I got to clean one more thing. Pipe cleaner, rubbing alcohol. Put this in here. Okay. And I'm going to run this through just like that. All right. Now it's time for the lubricant. Alright, so that's that. Good enough. Use a lot of toothpicks. All right. There we go with that piece as well. Put the stuff out of the way. Okay, also I want to point out that when you first take this part out right here and this gear, to remember the orientation inside, like I said before, and that's inside the camera. So again, what you want to do is you want to look down inside of here and check out what's going on. Check your position. So if you look down in there, you can see what's going on. Okay? You can also see there is a gear off to the side there. Alright? Off to the side, down here where my finger is. Check all that out. Look inside your camera and such. You want to get this thing put in here wrong, because it could affect your exposure. That's why it's best to send this to a technician. Alright, so here we go with the gear, the part. Okay. There's the bottom. There's the top. Slide it in like so. It's a little snug. There you go. Okay. This is where your latex gloves come in. I'm just being careful. And I kind of put this off to the side. You're going to match this up with your screw holes, the plastic part. The gear will actually just fall in there when you got it right, just like that. Okay? Then take your toothpick and line up your screw holes. There you go. Just like that. Okay. Now we can start adding those 3 screws back. Close up. The small screw, we'll get to that. Don't put these screws on too tight or it'll crack that housing. If I haven't said it before, this procedure can also be performed when you are going to repair a broken EE dial. Replacement, rather. And again, for those who do not frequent my channel, I would highly suggest you take these parts, the good one, and have them 3D printed if possible. That way you do not have to search for old original parts. You can have new ones. Next you have this micro mini beveled screw here, and it fits right here at the end of my pencil eraser. I'm going to have to go ahead and put this in off camera. It's just really a pain in the neck otherwise. And it goes right there. Alright, so I got it started, so you can at least see me put it in here. Got to get it all the way down inside that housing. If you don't, then the EE lock dial will not be able to push it down and pull it back up. Don't get it too tight, just get it snug. It'll sink all the way down inside of there. That's what it's going to do. Okay. So if you can see that, it's right there, and it's sunk all the way down inside of there. Okay. If I can bring that more into view. It's sunk right down inside there. Just like that. And that small micro mini screw. Okay, next we have the EE dial. And it's only going to go on one way. And you'll find out, due to the shape of this hole here with this gear. It's going to go on just like that. And at this point you can go ahead and turn it. And you'll be able to see, if I get my hands out of the way, see there? You can see the gear in the center, this part right here, is moving with a plastic dial. Alright, now that we've accomplished that, it's time for that screw that was before so aggravating. Alright, again, not too tight, as not to crack these plastic parts. At this point you can, again, look inside your viewfinder, check your exposure reading, but you should be fine. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and apply the glue. I have set it at the exposure inside just above 2.8, and the dial here, the EE, I've marked it at 1 o'clock at this hand grip right here, meaning, and I take this aluminum covering, you look at my video at the beginning, the E right here, this first one, is at 1 o'clock, like this. Okay? That's how I've got it set to what I'm looking at through the viewfinder. Alright. So now that we've established that bit of information, those of you who do not frequent my channel, here's the cement that I use. Good for all different types of purposes. Dries in 15 seconds. It's good stuff. At least it served me well so far. That should do it. Alright. Now the E, the first one, like that, up here with this hand grip, or at the corner of it. That's where I've got it set. Push it on there, and it's going to dry within, again, 15 seconds. Okay. And that's it. You can look through the viewfinder, move it around. I can pull this up, push it back down, perform the testing. Moves around nice and smoothly. It's lubricated for a good long time to come. And again, if you have a cracked EE lock dial, then you can also use this method to replace it with a new one. Alright, there we go. And there we have it with the Fujica Z800, the EE dial. Alright, a deep lubrication. And again, this procedure is the same thing if you want to replace a broken one. Alright, so if you get in here and you want to learn about your camera inside and out, this is great to do. But again, I would highly suggest sending your camera to a service technician. Something like this can affect the exposure, very possibly. You don't get it in there right, okay? And again, it's just the best thing to do, alright? So, do contact me at the social media outlets provided on the screen, and remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, see ya!